6 feet. So out of the water, I mean, this will always be roughly 12 feet below water.
Yep.
The rest of the time it will be 30
More.
feet below
Yeah.
water.
Can you believe that?
We'll have to be mermaids.
Skin divers. We'll have to be snorkel
Winnemem.
underwater swimmers. Winnemem Mims. Winnemerbs. Mermaids. Mermims.
Merman.
Well, it goes for all of these places too that will be inaccessible for us, for the future generations, for the spirit beings. It kind of puts them at a loss too, because like my gram says, when you don't use the sacred sites, they go dormant. When you don't talk to them, you don't go pray to them, you don't touch them like you're supposed to, then they'll leave. You know, it won't be our fault. Just like all the ones that are under the lake now. It's not our fault we can't get to them and do what we can. But when the lake drops, we always try to go to those places that we could put down a song, put down a prayer, talk about, you know, and develop our relationship there. It might be for the first time. It's like this one rarely comes out now, the Blessing Hands Rock. And it's so important that our young guys swim out there in the middle of winter to get that blessing, to become a part of that rock. And they have that memory. And so every time something like this happens, you know, you just feel like a part of you is dying, like a part that, how do you live without that? How do you make changes? It's like losing a loved one. Blessing Hands Rock is a place that comes out of the water, and when you see it come out of the water, you have the chance to go to it and put your hands in it, because when you rub your hands in the circles, they're real smooth circles in there, and it's said that your hands will be blessed on both sides. So whatever you make, if you're a cook, if you're an arrow maker, you're a regalia maker, you're a drummer, whatever you do with your hands, if you take care of sick people, you hold babies, that you can ask for that blessing to be there in your hands. And so that when you touch things, it helps. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to build. It rarely comes out because of the lake has been so high for so many years. It's come out twice now. The first time it was in February, and it was rainy, it was cold, and we saw that the Blessing Hands Rock was out, but there was quite a bit of water still. And so 5 of our guys kind of went for it in the rain, in the cold, and this water is like 56 degrees in the summer. So in the winter, it's even colder. And they swam out there to put their hands in that rock. And some of their moms, like Ouija, she was going to go down river and catch them as they floated by. She thought the water was too cold. They're going to freeze. It was kind of magical that they felt it in their heart enough to want to do that. Oh yeah, that was pretty cool too. I wasn't with them, but they talked about swimming out there, and that Jamie got halfway out and came back because the water was so cold. Then he had to go again. And then once they get on the other side and they get out of the water and they're blessing their hands, the swim back is probably not a piece of cake they're thinking about. But I think that a good sign for the younger generations really taking it to heart about our traditions, about the gifts that are here for us, you know, and their belief in that they would do something like that, swim in that cold of water just to put their hands in a sacred rock.